Hello and welcome to this Excel tutorial. Today we're talking about the and or function. We're going to go over a simple example using 4 different colors and an if statement. If you're not too sure about if statements, then you can look at a previous video that I did, and hopefully it should all become much clearer. So with the if statement, we're going to be using true as 1 and false as 0. So what is the AND function? So the AND function is the ability to choose whether multiple criteria is met, and this enables you to have greater flexibility in decision making with Excel. And with the AND, it has to be one and the other, so including. And with the OR function, it could be one or the other, and the value would be true. So it has to be either one or the other, and has to meet both in order for the value to be true. And further along, after that, we're going to be looking at a combination of the and OR function, where it has to meet one criteria and either a choice of the other criteria in order for it to be true. So let's start. I have 4 items here with a different stripe in each of them. So imagine like a ring with 3 different colored stripes. And item 1 has red stripe, orange stripe, and a blue stripe. Item 2, so on, 3 and 4. So we're going to do this by simply typing if equals if, and then and. So notice I'm typing the and before I actually say anything else. So normally in a normal sentence you'd say so this item 1 has to be red and orange and blue, whereas in Excel you have to say and if this is red, this is orange, this is blue. So the and the or come first, and then you have to do the criteria. So you say and if and have stripe 1 equals red. Let's lock it. And actually let's lock it. Let's lock it across. Let's lock that one completely. And this equals this. And this equals this. Let's lock that completely. And now we close the brackets, and then we can continue with our if statement, saying if it's 1 if it's true, 0 is false. You see, none of them reach the criteria of the first stripe being red, the second stripe being blue, and the third stripe being orange. But if we switch these around, you have that is true. So we have this meeting all the different criteria. So if we do this, we can check it by going up here into the formula, pressing F9. You can see that is true. F9 again, that is true. F9 again, and that is true. Therefore, the logic comes up with the true value here being 1. None of the others meet that criteria. So very important to put and. So you say and if so you say and if this is blue, this is red, and this is green. So let's go over to the OR function. So let's copy these. Let's put that one back. So let's move this. Didn't lock this properly, you see. So now we have to do this. So now let's do the OR statement now. Let's say if OR that equals that, or that equals that, and then let's just keep this simple to begin with. It comes out with a 1 because you have said if that cell is equal to either that or that. So if we change this to read I9 at 0, because it doesn't meet any of the criteria. And you can do the same thing for all the others. So what is and or combination? So I want to say if this equals to this, and if this one equals either this or this, then it's true. So you're mixing the and the or, so it has to meet one criteria, but it can choose between either of the has to meet either any one of the other criteria. So you have equals if and this equals this, and you have to nest the or within the and statement. So you have and equals this, or this equal to this, or this equal to this, or this equal to this. And let's actually get rid of that last one, because then it will always be true. So you close the OR statement, and then you have to close the AND statement, put the values if it's true and false again. So this is true, because it satisfies. So let's create a few scenarios. Let's lock all of these. See, I didn't copy it correctly again. So it satisfies this, so therefore it's true. It satisfies this, so it's true. So it picks up 1. Fair enough. So this satisfies this, but it doesn't satisfy this, but it does satisfy this, so it's true. It picks up 1 because it's within the OR statement. But if I were to change this blue for, let's say, yellow, doesn't satisfy this statement anymore, because they are, so that is true, but none of these are true, so therefore it doesn't satisfy this and criteria, therefore it goes to the false statement, which is 0 in this case. So this is a very useful way of specifying what criteria you want and making decisions based upon that. So in a more complex scenario, you can have this saying, instead of 1, you can say, if it meets this criteria, then take, the sum of all those red products. Let's say all of these were red or blue. You could say, if this met all these criteria, then you could take the sum of these and it would say it was 10. But if it didn't meet those criteria, then it would be 0. And you have this being far more complex with VLOOKUPs, SUMIFs. You can have indirects to have it looking up to other things, and you can create really dynamic reports based upon complex decision making. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.